Anyway, here we are again for game number 1, attempt number 2. Finland called a re quite quickly. After some laming failures. But regardless, we will just have a normal game number 2 to start things out. Or game number 1. But regardless, we have Zuppi here for Team Finland on the flank as the blue Ethiopians. Villese is in the pocket as the yellow Mayans. And their north flank will be TheMax as the Cyan Persians. Their opponents will be Team VNA. We have ACCM here as the purple Portuguese on the north flank with all of that alliteration. You got BacT as the orange Magyars in the pocket. And finally, God, I get so confused because if the game's paused, the minimap thing here doesn't move, so it's hard to tell where you're looking. But then you have saymyname here on the bottom flank as the Grey Koreans. So we'll see if any laming shenanigans happen. Looks like some laming attempts, or just, I guess, scout fights. Not really any major laming attempts. Finland definitely being punished last game for their laming attempts. And since they had to call their re, now they're stuck with Mayans in the pocket, which, Villese was on the flank last time. Yeah, so, I think last game, or like last attempt of game number 1, Zuppi was in the pocket, and, I guess you'd rather have Ethiopians as pocket as opposed to, Mayans. So yeah, that's pretty Don's game. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, it's not like the end of the world, but it's not ideal, of course. The map here, if you guys are not familiar, is called Colosseum. All of the trees in the map are on this sort of edge area, but you still have a lot more space to work with than a map like Arena. And then the entire center of the map is completely flat and completely open. No cliffs, no hills, no nothing. So it is very difficult to wall. Your wood lines are very far from your town center. And beyond that, you have pretty normal berries, and then you have 2 main golds, and then normal stones. So a 5-tile stone and a 4-tile stone. And then you have 2 golds of 7 tiles each. And that's it. Other than that, it's not the, Whoa, hold on, I thought there wasn't any laming going to happen. Oh no! TheMax! He's going! Okay. Oh, feels bad. TheMax will save his villager, but the elephant is going to return home. Well, it's home, like, right over here. So yeah, these players are all about the laming to start things out. So let's take a look at the civilizations here. I guess before I do that, in case anyone didn't catch it, both of these teams are 1 win and 1 loss. So the winner of this series will go up 2-1, and the loser will go down 1-2. So no one's like getting through after a win, and no one's getting knocked out for a loss. Yeah, this elephant is just so uncooperative for TheMax. Oh, this is a definite strategy for Finland. They are not having any of this shit from Koreans. They are sick and tired of being sick and tired. They are done with these trushes. Oh man, you know what? I would do the same thing if I were facing Koreans. Look at saymyname sending these villagers. Oh my god. Yeah, I think this isn't actually worth it for Team Finland. Because there's a stone right here. Like, this map, it's way too hard to deny stone on this map. But it's still really funny. And it looks like saymyname will actually be trushing the Max here. Interesting. The Max has a stone all the way up here, though, so he should be able to at least be able to take stone. The whole community is sick and tired of Koreans. Yeah, man. But let's see if I can squeeze in talking about the civs real quick. We got Portuguese here for ACCM versus Persians. The Portuguese definitely helped in the sort of Dark Age, like, laming situations because of the free cartography. But beyond that, Persians will just have the better bonuses and the better tech tree. Koreans, it's going to be Trush time. And then Zuppi here as the Ethiopians. Good civ on this map, in my opinion. Archers definitely are a unit type that excels on this map. Portuguese will help teamwork and feudal. Yeah, certainly. But like I said, Persians have the more fleshed out tech tree and the better bonuses, generally speaking. Well, the TC bonus is good. The knight attack bonus versus archers is good. Yeah, but this is definitely helping the teamwork. And yeah, the Trush is incoming here onto the Max. Looks like a scout died. Can't tell whose it is. I think it's the Max's. But the Max going right away with this tower here just to secure this stone. Though, I guess if the Max wants gold, that's safe, because this doesn't seem particularly safe for a gold. He'll probably have to go to Villese's stone here. And then Mayan's pocket, again, Mayan's never the ideal pocket civilization, but this map is small enough that you can go for those archers relatively okay. And BacT, Magyar's, probably a better pocket civilization, especially since scouts are going to be on the cards. But I don't think it's going to be too big a deal one way or the other. More scuffles going on. BacT is now arriving with his scouts to support his teammate. Gonna pick off the Eagle Scout right there. And I would just, like, say, generally speaking, Team Finland has picked much more powerful civilizations, like, on average, than Team Vietnam. Like, Portuguese, Koreans, Magyars are definitely, I'd say, like, on average at a weaker overall power level than Mayans, Ethiopians, and Persians. But yeah, now that saymyname is realizing that he can't really do much more in trushing the Max, he's gonna just start trushing Villese, because why not? Villese, however, does have this back stone, so he will be able to gather stone. And I think his Mayans are gonna want to gather stone anyway, just so you can get that castle up for plumed archers. And of course, plumed archers are really good on this map, because it's so open. Took a Rocketeer strat. Oh god. Though I do have to say that as far as Korean trushes go, this one could be worse for Team Finland. Well, I say that, and it's not exactly like the trush is going to stop. ACCM, of course, is here to support with some archers. Portuguese can go for archers or knights or whatever they want, really. Obviously, the cheaper cost on the gold units is just nice all around. Ooh, something happening over here. Looks like Zuppi's trying to poke and prod with his archers, but looks like these guys are all pretty safe over here for Team Vietnam. Oh, hello. Hold on, the scouts are running wild here in the base of Zuppi, but he has not lost a single unit yet. Oh, this villager is not in the right position. Ooh, losing a villager there as well. So, Zuppi going to lose 2 villagers. Oh my god, back! No! You totally could have just swung once at that villager and killed it. Feels bad, man. So, market here for Zuppi as well. Doesn't really have that many resources in the mech. He actually got a very fast wheelbarrow, interestingly enough. Villese here, mining stone, but here comes the Tower of Saymyname, but there are plenty of archers here for Villese, and that's going to be a ton of dead villagers from Saymyname, wandering way too far away from his own towers. Like, with the Trush, like, especially against archers, you're going to need to keep your towers within range of your other towers. Otherwise, stuff like that could happen, and that's just 2 villagers down already for Saymyname. Definitely hampering the power of his Trush. TheMax, with plenty of his own defensive towers, not wanting to get caught off guard by a surprise tower, but looks like a bit of a scuffle happening right here, and this is just so many scouts here from BacT. He has 13 scouts, and yeah, yes, Zuppi's archers are fully upgraded, but that is just way too many scouts for them to deal with. But I'd say overall, Team Finland is not in the worst position. I'd say actually things are fairly even, all things considered. Ooh, it looks like ACCM was able to get a couple villager picks onto TheMax. Of course, since TheMax is the Persians, he is at the highest villager count regardless. Persians, of course, with that faster working town center. So much action happening. Oh, heck, here are the scouts. Looks like a dead archer and a dead spearman. Ooh, but this is going to be at least a couple more dead villagers, I think. Maybe? Okay, 1 for sure. Probably just the 1, though. Ooh, it looks like Zuppi might try to camp underneath this tower to get a couple villager kills. Maybe. Is he gonna get even 1? Oh no, this is such a disaster for Zuppi. Lost like 5 archers there, didn't get a single villager kill, a 7 to 14 KD to start things out for him. BacT, still running around with his scouts. TheMax will be the first player to click up to the Castle Age because it's TheMax, and he likes to boom. He likes to play those heavy knight civs with good eco bonuses. So he will be the first to Castle Age, and this is certainly worth mentioning that the Persian knights get +2 attack versus archers, so that will just make them even better at killing, mopping up those feudal archer armies. Looks like another bit of an engagement here. Plus does not have the +1 defense. He has a pretty nice position here with these archers. Is going to lose them all eventually. Not going to get a very good trade once the archers of ACCM arrive, so that's going to be pretty good for Team Vietnam. ACCM also not too far away in terms of the Castle Age. Oh man, are we going to see slinging from Villese? That would be so boring. Villese getting coinage. I'm just kind of surprised. Why would your mind pocket players sling? Why not just drop a castle and go plumes? Looks like ACCM here was able to deny the Tower of TheMax. It's just gonna go straight for a town center. Does this count as a Persian douche? It's like a... you can almost get it within the same... Actually, you can. You can barely get it within the same screen of ACCM's starting TC. Let's call that a Persian douche. Why not? Sling the Mayans was like 2016. Yeah, I guess. Wow, a 3rd stable coming down for TheMax. He is not messing around. He's going straight to 3 TCs, 3 stables. Already has +2 defense for his knights. He is not messing around. Yeah, it looks like Villese will be slinging in TheMax. Obviously, Persians, when slung, can be quite terrifying. See what's going on over here. Zuppi, almost a Castle Age, BacT on his way up. Looks like Zuppi has managed to stabilize 3 ranges for him. ACCM at Castle Age, nothing too crazy. He is not throwing down any additional TCs as of yet. And BacT isn't quite up there himself. So it's definitely going to be up to TheMax to make use of being slung. But it's not like TheMax is just going like 1 TC all in from his sling. He is using the sling to get up a good eco himself. Going to be going up to his own 3 town centers, working 15% faster as the Persians, while also maintaining a very threatening army with these +1/+2 knights. So let's see what they can get done. Just a single palisade wall here. TC on the way for ACCM. This villager's in a nice position, so the town center can't just be totally denied by the knights, but knights will probably get at least a couple villager kills here. He's 1800 HD. Ornlu's 1300? Yeah. TheMax, however, is being pushed back right now. Got a couple villager kills. But ACCM does have a ton of crossbowmen and a monk here to ward away these knights for the time being. TheMax is gold here. This is like a campaign level wall. Got the tower here. Got the palisade walls, the random house. 2 mining camps. This is just straight out of the campaigns. Zuppi here with his own crossbowman. Oh, looks like a random skirmisher died. But I think that saymyname is probably too well defended to lose much here, unless he's a little sloppy. But nope, saymyname with some good reaction times won't be losing anything to these crossbowmen. Looks like TheMax has arrived at the base of BacT, but again, BacT was very much aware of this coming. Oh no! TheMax maybe might try to debate the spearmen, but no. Knights will not be able to sneak into this wood line. And regardless, this will be a couple dead villagers for BacT and a ton of idle time. Ooh, actually this wall died, so these villagers are exposed, but TheMax not able to take the fight. Reinforcements are arriving from ACCM. Yeah, VanMax at 65 villagers already. He is obviously being slung. And on the 3 TCs, Persian TCs on top of it, so he is already up to almost 70 villagers. Everyone else in the game is chilling in the 40 to 50 range. So yeah, Team Finland definitely in a pretty solid position, all things considered. ACCM gonna get his 3rd TC up. I think he's playing quite well on the flank. Didn't really take much damage at all from the Knights of TheMax. BacT has his own knights, full upgrades on him as far as castle age goes. saymyname trying to get a castle up, but the Ethiopian crossbowman looks like they were able to not deny it, at least for the time being. Oh, Mangonel out here for BacT. Ooh, and this Korean tower is going to be nice at just poking away at those archers. Ooh. Big fight happening here. Lots of crossbowmen, lots of knights. I think more knights for TheMax. No, actually, looks like Team Vietnam is managing to stabilize right now. Because remember, this is effectively a 3v2 in terms of armies, you know, clashing to each other. Because all 3 players of Team Vietnam are contributing in terms of military, whereas Villese is just slinging TheMax, who is up to the Imperial Age. However, ACCM not too far behind. This is interesting. ACCM going for a pretty fast Imperial Age off of 70 villagers. But I guess he's only 7 behind TheMax. But yeah, ACCM playing quite well. I think he's being slung a little bit by BacT, but it's not like BacT is going full sling. BacT is still making plenty of military. But yeah, obviously, crossbowmen do not cost any food, so it's a lot easier to get up to that high food count for the Imperial Age pretty quickly. Max here just cleaning up the towers, nothing too huge. TheMax on about 80 villagers, ACCM on about 75, BacT on about 57. That's actually fairly low, all things considered. Is he only on 1 TC? Yeah, BacT is actually very slow to add additional TCs onto, but getting up his 3rd. And of course, saymyname isn't going to be on that many villagers since he went for the Trush. saymyname is now getting coinage, so I don't think this is for a sling. I think it's more of just able to tribute allies resources that they may need. Looks like we might have another big clash in the middle. This is so many knights from TheMax. 47 military for him. Oh god. Look how many knights he has! That's so many knights! Oh man. We're gonna need Cavalier, Plate Barding Armor, and this is just gonna be way too many knights for BacT to deal with. Can't stop the sling. Monks here from Zuppi getting a conversion off on this war wagon, and it's really going to come down to ACCM's Arbalests to stop the Cavalier of TheMax, but I mean, they're Persian Cavalier. They're going to do that extra damage to the crossbowmen if they can close in on them. It looks like I was incorrect. Looks like it will be a full sling here from Say My Name, because he got banking too. So I guess he's just getting a couple war wagons and mangonels, and then it's just going to be slinging. Grass sad. So yeah, Zuppi with a ton of crossbowmen. It's still a battle of crossbowmen versus knights. It's just one player has the Imperial Age Arbalest, and one player has the Imperial Age Cavalier. It looks like the fight is going to happen. I would say this is a better engagement at the start for Team Vietnam, as they had both of their armies fighting at the same time. Also, these 3 monks in the back to support for ACCM. And wow, it looks like Team Finland might be driven back here. Nice engagement for Team Vietnam. BacT pulled away at the perfect time into the waiting arms of his teammates' Arbalests, and Zuppi was just a little bit behind TheMax when he charged in. Only by like about 4 or 5 seconds, but in situations that are as close as this one, those 4 or 5 seconds can make all the difference in a game. So really nice engagement there for Team VNA. And while I would say that Finland is on paper the favored team in this matchup, I mean, we do have to remember that VNA did reverse sweep SY, so they definitely have the potential to play at a high level. Yeah, ACCM is like doing quite well for himself right now. 67 military. TheMax is at 41. Obviously, the individual units for TheMax are going to be of higher quality. Paladin, about halfway complete for him. Zuppi and BacT are on the way to the Imperial Age themselves. Anything crazy here? Ooh, looks like a ton of Cavalier coming in for TheMax, going in to harass Say My Name. Probably only gonna get a maximum of 3 villager kills if they can get their act together. Doesn't look like any ballistics in for Say My Name, so yeah, the Cavaliers will probably be able to take out the tower relatively easily. But TheMax up to 4 TCs now. What is that? How many stables is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stable production of what's soon going to be fully upgraded Persian Paladins? Oh, man. Looks like everything's fine at Vilese's base. Wait, hold on. What's this over here? What's Zuppi doing over here? What are these 2 scouts doing? I guess they're going to start establishing trade. It is that 40-minute mark, and you know they say that trade should be started. You should start thinking about trade at about the 40-minute mark, but these 2 random scouts that BacT forgot about in the corner of the map will kill 3 villagers from Zuppi. Looks like the Paladins are safely destroying this gold mine of Say My Name. I don't think they're really going to be able to do too much damage to, like knock Say My Name out of the game, so to say, at least without heavy siege. And then here is a castle drop coming in from Zuppi. It does have the Bracer and Arbalest technologies on the way. ACCM, however, does have fully upgraded Arbalests. But now we have all of the relevant players in the Imperial Age. Looks like BacT will likely be going for Paladins of his own. Yep, Cavalier upgrade on the way for him. Looks like another big fight could take place, and I think this one is, in theory, going to be a lot better for Team Finland, but these 4 monks may turn the tide. Will they all get conversions off? At least 3 of them did. But I still think this is a good fight here for Team Finland. BacT just not with much of an army to support his teammate right now, and oh no! You can't take an engagement with so many Arbalests in the middle of the map like that. If you're ACCM, you're just going to lose your entire army right there. Of course, the Arbalests for Zuppi are going to be firing faster as well, and TheMax is just going to storm through with more and more Paladins. Castle now coming down from ACCM on the front, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of a doubt castle, probably. There's already some Paladins there. I say some Paladins, there's like a crap ton of Paladins. Yeah, what is BacT doing? It only has 20 military right now. And right now, Zuppi treading down the castle of saymyname, and saymyname is about to be knocked out of this game. Paladin on the way for BacT, but this might be too little too late as, yeah, with this castle decisively being a doubt castle for ACCM, that might be the game right there. And I think that just came down to the fact that Zuppi was able to get a much better economy off than BacT. And an early Imperial Age fight happened where it was really just not many knights with very few upgrades versus Ethiopian Arbalests plus Persian Paladins, and that was just way too much for ACCM to deal with. Of course, Portuguese not being the powerhouse civ militarily that you would think of in these situations. Villese up to the Castle Age, everybody! Get hyped! Villese with the blistering 48-minute Castle Age time. That's just impressive right there. Yeah, this game looks pretty over, though. Trebuchet's now starting to work on BacT space. Yes, BacT does have some fully upgraded Paladins, but not as many as TheMax, who has all these. Now Siege Ram's coming in for TheMax as well. ACCM's trying to regroup. Oh, looks like he's also getting raided pretty heavily right now. But yeah, I just don't think you can stop this just overwhelming quantity of Paladins here from TheMax. I'm alright, thanks. Yeah, this is straight terrifying to play against, I think, for any team. Like, TheMax is just so good mechanically, like in terms of just getting his boom on. Zuppi coming in here, or sorry, not Zuppi, Villese coming in here with some walls, just securing trade for his team. Just, you know, crossing all your T's, dotting your I's, making sure that there's absolutely no way that you can throw this game. And that's probably going to be the, you know, the correct decision. Yeah, Zuppi even having access to this gold here that was originally saymyname's. Looks like this might be the last stand here for Team Vietnam. And they do have a pretty sizable army here. But again, the Arbalests of Zuppi are of higher quality than the Arbalests of ACCM. And they're not even going to take the fight. They're just going to call the GG, and that will be that. TheMax, of course, with an insanely high KD. Getting slung about 15,000 resources. Certainly not anything to complain about. Actually, BacT was the recipient of the sling from Team Vietnam. So actually, ACCM wasn't even slung at all. He just played really well. But still not as well as the Finns. So that will be game number 1 in the bag. No. See how easy that was? But yeah, thank you everyone who's tuning in. I appreciate that will be 1-0 in favor of Team Finland. This is a best of 5. And we will cross out some civs, shall we? So Finland used Mayans, Persians, and Ethiopians. And Vietnam used Magyars, Koreans, and Portuguese. So there we have it. Oh god. But yeah, so game number, or rather map number 2 will be on Arabia. So let's just think about the potential civs that we'll see. I think Finland will likely go for like the Indians plus Malians plus Huns power play. I think they've done that before, where they just went for like 3 power civilizations. We have everything handled here. Yeah. No, notice how I didn't really I didn't really pay that much attention to chat last game. That was on purpose. I'll let you know, figure yourselves out. But from Team Vietnam, I think that some strong choices for Arabia. I actually don't have that many strong choices for Arabia. Franks I think is a strong possibility. Berbers as well. Slavs maybe. Italians maybe. Don't join, just accept fate. I do, man. I accept my lot. Saracen's Goth Khmer is the ultimate combo. Oh yeah, that's the power play right there. You just throw your Arabia map away. Dusty civs. You mean Britain's everything? Is that like the opposite of Forest Nothing? Gonna run and grab some food? Oh yeah, you know, utmost professionalism is found on this this stream. Also, Chewy Gum, thank you for the follow. Hope you are enjoying the cast so far and the colorful nature of chat. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate. Oh yeah, you got this for sure. Chewy Gum. Guess better don't pay a lot of attention to us. Well, thanks, Bombay. Chewy Gum, don't listen to Granis. He's a bad mod. Well, they still haven't started the game yet, so we're still waiting here. So aggressive? Sorry, Chewy Gum. That's the real sellout command. Not that fake one. I'm about to start playing GeoGuessr if these guys don't hurry up. Couldn't fight my way out of a wet paper bag. You know what? Probably could take me on in a fight. I mean, look at these guns. Look at these thin white boy guns. You're an Aussie? Cool. It's so cool that I have like viewers from all over. Like literally all corners of the earth. Of course, not actual corners of the earth, because that doesn't make any sense. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Oh yeah, of course we got the lone here who's a Kiwi. So we've got all the Oceania people. Now all I need is someone from Papua New Guinea. Seem like flintlocks. Okay, there we go. 1 minute 30, and the game will be underway. Yeah, no player substitutions. So who's casting this? Looks like it's just me, Nilly, and Mem. With Queensland? All of the Oceania drama. Little meaningless islands of New Zealand. All right, everybody. That's the wrong button. Welcome back to BoA. Week 3 between Finland and Vietnam. These teams are both currently 1-1 in the overall standings. But Finland did take game number 1 after TheMax got slung, and then he went Super Saiyan, and then he, you know, just rolled face with everybody. But let's see if Team Vietnam can make the comeback. Game number 2. Spawning here in the north flank for Team Finland is Villese as the Blue Huns. In the pocket, we have TheMax as the Cyan Indians, and oh boy, that's terrifying right off the bat. And finally, we have Villese spawning as the Yellow Malians in the south flank. Also, weird lumber camp for him. I'd put the lumber camp right here, personally. But for Team Vietnam, we have saymyname as the Red Franks here in the south flank. ACCM as the Purple Incas in the pocket. And finally, what? 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 What the hell? Sorry that the cast kind of deteriorated a bit here. But we're at 3 minutes and 23 seconds in the game. And BacT is sending out a ton of villagers? What the hell? He's getting Loom now. As is Zuppi. Is he can't. Okay, they're just gonna call the re. That was so weird. I guess BacT lost a villager and he's like, screw it, let's re. I'd put the lumber camp here, says the 1800 to the 2300. Hey, I never claimed to be better than these guys. So that will be the re there for Team VNA. And honestly, I think that given the circumstances of that map, you might as well just call the re anyway, because you picked Incas and then you landed them in pocket, and then the opposing team got Indians pocket with TheMax. Yeah, that's not something I think Team VNA wanted to go up against. Van with the straight fire. Well, I'm tired of waiting on these people, so I'm going to start playing some GeoGuessr. Because that's what this stream is really about. See where the elephants everything. Alright, so for Chewy Gum and anyone else who is new to the stream, When I am bored and waiting in between games, instead of just, sitting around doing nothing, I play GeoGuessr. It looks like we're at a port somewhere. See if you can read this sign over here. Enhance! Swift Energy Operating LLC, Lake Washington Field. Looks pretty American to me. The vast quantity of pickup trucks definitely screams up. Now, is this my country or is this my country? Pickup trucks as far as the eye can see and a random-ass American flag in the middle of nowhere. America. My villager's on strike. Watch children. That's pretty creepy. But we'll have to see where this is next time, because we're going to get back into the game. Theoretically. There we go. I told you. My prophecies all come true eventually. Looks like Washington State. It said Lake Washington. Alright. So we're back, everybody, for attempt number 2 at game number 2 on Arabia. Finland again, taking map number 1 after a pretty terrifying sling from the max, or sling to the max, rather. But spawning here in the south flank for Team Finland, we have Zuppi as the blue Huns. In the pocket, we have Villese as the yellow Malians. And in the north flank, we have TheMax as the Cyan Indians. Their opponents losing game number 1, but looking for a comeback. We have saymyname as the Grey Franks in the north flank. BacT as the Orange Berbers in the pocket. And finally, ACCM as the Purple Incas on the south flank. I think, well, BacT lost a villager to his elephant, and they also ended up with Inca pocket versus Indian pocket. So that's just... And it's an Indian TheMax pocket, which is, like, doubly scary. But regardless, let us take a look at the Civ matchups here. And I just want to say right off the bat, this ended up working out really well for Team Vietnam. Definitely fortunate for them that they called their re when they did, because not only did they manage to get their Native American civilization on the flank, but they also removed the Max from pocket as the Indians, so that's like doubly good for them. And then, actually, beyond that, they got Berbers pocket, and Berbers are such a strong pocket civilization. So things are already looking fairly good for Team Vietnam here. But yeah, let us do the old Civ matchup breakdown as per usual. Incas here versus Huns. I think this is a pretty solid matchup for the Incas, honestly. Because the Huns are a civilization that's definitely reliant on cavalry and archers. And Incas have both the Kameyuk and the Eagle Warrior with couriers that has 6 pierce armor in the Imperial Age. And the thing is, Incas are like generally designed like the way they play out is they go for a gold-intensive counter unit to what their opponent is making, whether it be Eagle Warriors or Slingers or Kameyuks. And the only thing that they don't really have a good gold-intensive counter unit to is mass siege. And the Huns have awful siege, and oh, hello. Hello, ACCM. You know, I'm having all of this, like, late-game discussion. Oh, little awkward. Akko Taco. Rip. He's still gonna go for it, though. The villager of Zuppi just, like, walks back defeated. He's like, What? ACCM, bro, do you even lame? You're gonna lose that eagle, like, 1000%. The scout for Zuppi is already back. He's gonna block the eagle scout with relative ease. If he tries. But regardless, let's take a look at the North Flank matchup. We have Franks for Say My Name versus Indians from TheMax. Oh, this is such an awful matchup for Say My Name. Like, Franks are an excellent civilization, I think, in both flank and pocket these days. However, not against the Indians, because Franks, they like to make knights and paladins and stuff, and Indians like to make camels, which obviously counter them. Genuine question, is there a worse pocket in early castle than Inca? Koreans, maybe? But that'd be it. Yeah. Incas are one of the worst pocket civilizations in the game. TheMax also luring some zebra quite nicely. Though BacT will be the first player to click up to the feudal age on 20 population. Very fast feudal for him. Yeah, Malay. Malay would certainly be another option there. At least they can throw out a few knights. Yeah, but they're such bad knights. Looks like Zuppi, Say My Name. Actually, all other players this game will be going up on the standard 22 population. I say 22. Is standard? I don't know. I just feel like the majority of builds give you a 22 population feudal time on Arabia. But of course, BacT will be up a bit faster. And just to quickly go through the pocket matchup before things get too heated. Looks like Zuppi's finally going to be able to get this elephant. We got Berbers here for BacT versus the Malians. So the thing is, Malians will have a much stronger early game due to their wood discount on buildings and free gold mining upgrade. So like in the early Castle Age, their knights will be, like they'll be able to pump out knights and then get a relatively good boom on. But beyond that, the Berbers have just by far the better late game. Cheaper cavalry is insane, and then on top of that you have camel archers. Ooh, sorry Bombay. But yeah, definitely Berbers in sort of the Malians in the sort of like early to mid Castle Age scenario, and then Berbers from the late game and then on out. And actually, we have Say My Name going for double archery range as Franks. Interesting. You almost always end up seeing scouts from the Frank player, and actually from TheMax too. Interesting. I think archers from Indians is more common than seeing archers from the Franks. Oh, hold on. Regardless, we have some men-at-arms coming in here for ACCM. Men-at-arm, 22 pop, feudal age men-at-arm is definitely the most common strategy, I feel, with the Incas. Looks like he's, causing a little bit of idle time, but otherwise not getting too much damage done as of yet, other than denying the archery range, which is nice. But yeah, just to touch back quickly here, I am really confused as to why we see the double range from Say My Name. Like, the thing with Franks is their scouts have an additional 9 HP, so it's really easy for them to win the early feudal age scout battles, especially against civ like the Indians. They also have the faster working foragers to help with their food income in the early game. So yeah, this is a really odd choice to me. And also, it seems like the... Oh, hold on. See ya, Chewy Gum. Thank you for tuning into the stream. Glad you enjoyed. Ooh, also, nice pick there on the villager from BacT, coming in with his scouts. Again, he did have a much faster feudal age than his pocket counterpart. But this is pretty interesting to me. It seems like the meta these days is really shifted away from civilizations necessarily going for what they're strongest with. And it's really just sort of evolved into, okay, so both flanks are going to go for double ranges into a fast fletching. And then both pockets are going to go for scouts. And then that's going to be exactly what players do regardless of civilization. barring some sort of, like, really specific scenario. Yeah, team play is definitely greater than civ play. I just think it's interesting. That's how it should be. I think that, obviously, the team play should be the most important factor, but I do like seeing the, players working with different civilizations and using them to their, fullest potential. Looks like Scout's coming in, trying to clean up these men-at-arms from ACCM. He's not really too concerned. These men-at-arms weren't going to really get much damage done anymore, regardless. Looks like a bit of a pause happened that wasn't actually from BacT, so that's always a shocker. But things are looking relatively even, all things considered. Villese going for a very quick wheelbarrow, but villager count pretty much even. The only person who's lost a villager this game is Zuppi. And beyond that, the only units lost were those starting men-at-arms from ACCM. TheMax now is going to be wandering out with some archers, but it looks like both archer armies for the two north flanks are totally going to miss each other. Actually, TheMax might be going straight for the base of BacT, and this gold is certainly quite exposed. However, BacT is full-walled behind this. However, he can certainly be denied from the gold for the time being. Archers here, nothing too crazy. Looks like... No, sorry, that's TheMax pinging his own units, just saying, hey, my archers are right here. The Ornlu of the Savannah, out in force right now, trying to make his presence felt. But this is kind of uh-oh for TheMax. His archers are all the way near the opposing team's pocket. Little slow of a reaction time there from saymyname, but he's still getting through this wall. And yeah, I mean, these scouts from Villese aren't going to do anything to the base here of BacT. He's just full walled. I mean, so is Villese, but yeah, this is pretty rough here for Finland. It's in the short run. Well, I say that, and TheMax is defending this pretty well. He got some slam gates on the way. So yeah, actually, now TheMax has had enough time to muster quite the massive archers at home. So nice defense from him so far. Looks like a potential scuffle is incoming. We have scouts here from BacT. They have bloodlines and +1 defense. Archers from ACCM just have the fletching. Same with the archers from Zuppi. So it might be a scout-archer v scout-archer battle. So it's going to be who can take the better engagement. Also, one more scout for Villese. Same upgrades. Certainly worth noting. And actually, Villese will be by far the fastest player to the Castle Age. How is he so fast to the Castle Age compared to BacT? Oh, never mind. Never mind, never mind. I am crazy. BacT's already in the Castle Age. So yeah, both pockets are in the Castle Age right now. We'll likely just be going for that standard knight production. It's going to be how many TCs do they decide to throw down. Yeah, they're on patch 1.5 R6. How do Finns... Oh, Gratis. Okay, so Villese is going to be throwing down the additional 2 town centers. This is certainly something that Malians can do. Again, they have that extra gold income to help with knight production, so you need to devote less villagers overall to gold. The cheaper wood cost on the buildings just makes it that much easier to boom, while still maintaining solid knight production. Meanwhile, for our Berber player, his knights are going to be just 15% cheaper. However, BacT is only on the 2 town centers as of right now. We'll probably get a third one fairly soon, but I say that, and he has a third stable on the way, interestingly enough, so he's going much more heavily into the knight production than his counterpart. See how it works out for him. Meanwhile, say my name also in the Castle Age. University for ballistics as well as a town center. Of course, Frank archers are not great. Ooh, it also looks like we managed to get a couple villager kills here. So say my name, definitely going toe-to-toe with the Max here. Max getting a university, as well as crossbowmen and Bodkin, nothing too surprising there. Looks like, notably, the Knights for Villese are better upgraded than the Knights of BacT with one additional armor upgrade. But right now, BacT, I think, just has numbers on his side. Yep, 2 additional military for him. And yeah, the Vietnamese players are storming in here with another villager pick onto Zuppi. Zuppi trying to get his second town center up, but he's really just not in a great position, all things considered. But here we have Villese sort of marshalling his forces, just trying to get to a number of knights that can sort of swamp the armies of the Vietnam players. But look at the Vietnam players taking this really nice position on this hill right now. Defense still being very slow to take this engagement. Meanwhile, on the north side, looks like Say My Name is actually going to be peeling to the south. Whereas we see the Max chilling at home. Maybe he's actually going to go for a counterattack onto Say My Name, who's up onto 3 town centers himself, whereas the Max is only on the 2. But this might be pretty interesting. If the Max goes for Say My Name's base, he'll be completely undefended. However, if Say My Name comes down here, it's going to be a 3v2, and that could work out really well for Team Vietnam. Of course, Ballistics is in right now for ACCM. Actually, he doesn't have any of the armor upgrades, whereas we see both armor upgrades for Zuppi. What's ACCM up to? 1 town center, fast Ballistics. Nothing much. If you look at the military count, we actually see Villese with almost equal military numbers to BacT. Both have equal upgrades, and remember, Villese has gotten that faster triple town center, whereas BacT is still only on the 2, just now getting his 3rd up. But he's still only 2 villagers ahead, so I guess things are still fairly even, all things considered. And now, look at this crossbow mass for our Vietnamese team. Yes, Team Finland has the hill right now, but it is currently a 3v2, and I think this is a big mistake for Finland to take this fight. Like, I mean, hill advantages are nice, but not when you're 3v2. I think Finland's going to be massacred right here, and it looks like they are. Both crossbow players here do have ballistics as well, certainly worth mentioning. I think Finland's, yeah, they're just going to get mopped up right now. Really nice engagement there for Team Vietnam. Meanwhile, how is the base of Say My Name doing? Looks like... How many villagers does he have? So it looks like he lost a few villagers in this harassment from the Max, but I still think it's overall worth it for Team Vietnam. Because, yes, Say My Name is down 5 villagers to his counterpart, but he's still on 3 town centers. Both of these players are in 3 town centers, and what they gained for having Say My Name here in the south is just an absolute destruction of both Villese's and Zuppi's armies. Yeah, things are looking pretty good here for Team Vietnam, in my opinion. Just much better team play, as we were talking about earlier. And this is actually something I see from the Max, I think, a bit more often than he should, is oftentimes either the Max and also Villese will just kind of do their own thing, and like not think of like attacking as a coordinated team. Yeah, Zuppi definitely donated some units there. We do see a Cav Archer transition from him as well. He's getting up to his third TC. ACCM on the 3 town centers as well. Definitely in a much better position than Zuppi. So if we are seeing the Cav Archer play here from Zuppi, I think it would be interesting to see if ACCM will eventually go for an Eagle Warrior switch. Because Incan Eagle Warriors are so good against Cav Archers. Looks like more and more harassment coming in here from BacT and Team Vietnam. Now, focusing their attention onto TheMax. And where's TheMax's army? He doesn't have one. He lost all of his army in this attack onto saymyname's base. And oh no, this could be disastrous for him. Look at, they have all 3 armies for Team Vietnam converging onto Team Finland right now. And this is such a disaster for TheMax and the rest of Team Finland. Knights everywhere, crossbowmen all up in your grill. These crossbowmen can now retreat with minimal losses. Well, fairly minimal losses. And yeah, Villese here is a little slow to support his teammate. Ooh, these crossbowmen can actually take a really nice engagement in this choke point. What is saymyname transitioning into? We got a saymyname with the 3k rating strats, the double university play, just so you can get both heated shot and arrow slits at the same time. 3k strats right there. But regardless, I have no idea what he's doing, man. He has like no other military infrastructure. Just 4 TCs. Now getting a barracks and now a castle, so it might be a throwing axeman transition for him, just to make me happy. 3 ranges here from TheMax. I really do think he should start transitioning into Cav Archers, because obviously Indians have no arbalest, and that's kind of a problem in the Imperial Age, and that's kind of where we're getting into with ACCM and saymyname both on the way to the Imperial Age. We have no Finns on the way to the Imperial Age, so this could start looking really dire for the Finns if they don't have someone clicking up real soon. BacT will also be clicking up quite soon as well for Team Vietnam. So it looks like Finland will be pushing back the Vietnamese players for now. BacT on 4 town centers, ACCM probably on still 3. Yep, Zuppi on 3. Up, hello. I see a little bit of a purple blob here, and rip the overchop, man. This is me in all my games. Slight overchop, gonna be losing a few villagers fairly needlessly. And right now, we just have all of the Vietnamese players at really just healthy villager counts. Actually, to be fair, everyone except TheMax is at a pretty good villager count for Team Finland as well. But I think it's just a matter of tech. Because we're going to have all 3 Vietnamese players in the Imperial Age before the first Imperial Age player for Team Finland. ACCM just hitting the Imperial Age right now. Looks like he will be dropping a forward castle. Of course, the Incas do get those slightly cheaper castles. That tempo advantage will be huge. Yeah. Arbalest going to be incoming. That's a lot of Cav Archers, though. That is 38 Cav Archers to 40 will be Arbalests. And of course, these Cav Archers do have ballistics and thumb ring. Obviously, Zuppi is a very experienced Hun whore. He's always the Hun player for Team Finland. However, I just don't think it's going to be enough to deal with all of these Arbalests that are going to be incoming. Look at the north side, I assume we are going to see that throwing axeman switch. Well, it's Halbs right now. I want to see some TA men. No, none as of yet. Just pikemen and rams. But, oh yeah, here we are. Big engagement. BacT definitely wants to be here to support his teammate. Actually, ACCM on the retreat. Just not enough units. And now we have a defensive castle up here for Zuppi. You know, that is a pretty nice hold there for Team Finland. They definitely needed to prevent a castle going up right here for Team Vietnam. Why no Trebs? He has a Treb coming. More and more ranges coming down from the Max. He's on his way to the Imperial Age, but he's losing a lot of TCs real quickly. And again, like Pete said in chat, this is just such a huge tempo advantage for Team Vietnam. The fact that they could get to the Imperial Age faster just means that they'll have such a strong positional and technological advantage. Here comes BacT. With the Knight support as well as a few camels. Has that heavy camel upgrade on the way, so he might be going for a full-on camel play. Now we have Castle coming in for ACCM. Rams as well. But they will be stalled for the time being. Oh, we have the classic box formation. Most OP unit formation. But, all jokes aside, tons of heavy camels here from BacT. Have the +4 defense as well, and they'll do very well against the Cav Archers. Meanwhile, this Hald plus Siege push is just not being stopped from Say My Name. Next, making Camel Archers. We have a Castle. I don't see any Camel Archers as of yet. Getting more castles. I assume he'll eventually get in there. We do have the Farimba upgrade coming in for Villese here, but will it be enough? This is a ton of fully upgraded Arbalests here from ACCM. He did manage to get this castle eventually, and already has Caporams working away at the castle from Zuppi, and this is looking very close to game. Because Team Finland's losing the north side, they're starting to lose on the south side as well, and Villese just can't be everywhere at once. The top score player for Team Finland is below the bottom score player for Team Vietnam. That is all you need to know for the game state right now. Now Trebs are going to start wrecking this castle, and then this castle for Villese will soon follow. Elite Kamiuk on the way for ACCM as well. Love it. So I guess the push has been somewhat forestalled here from Say My Name. Villese coming in with a ton of fully upgraded Malian Cavalier. But another forward castle here for BacT, taking all of the center stones. So he'll just have all the stone he needs for all that good old Camel Archer production. Yeah, but now we have Kamiuks on the way. Kamiuks are just going to annihilate both heavy Cav Archers and Cavalier. Because I believe Kamiuks don't take bonus damage from Cav Archers. I think. Might have to check that after the game. But obviously the Kamiuks will just do so well against the Cavalier. Yeah, right now we have ACCM at 78 military. Oh man, and that's just going to be the GG. Very well played from Team Vietnam. I think, again, all three players across the board outplayed all three players for Team Finland in that game, and they just had better teamwork, better coordination. I think the real tipping point this game was the fight that was like right here, where Say My Name peeled his units so it could be a 3v2 for Team Vietnam versus the 2v3 for Team Finland, obviously. And the Max like tried to do this wraparound with his crossbowmen to harass Say My Name's economy, but he only killed like 8 or 9 villagers and lost all of his crossbowmen. And in the south, the Finns just lost all their armies here too. So that was, I think, a very well played game from Team Vietnam. 4 different players with most resources collected, interestingly enough. ACCM and Say My Name, most researches. And that will be that. Game number 2 in the bag. We have a series on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I do think ACCM is playing very well today. I actually think ACCM has, like, a very high skill ceiling as a player. Like, I've seen some really high-level play from him. And of course, he was pretty close in making it, I think, to the round of 8 in King of the Desert. So yeah, definitely a very good player. BacT, of course, we know is an excellent player. I'd say My Name is probably the weakest player on Team Vietnam, but it's a matter of the teamwork and the fact that they've all been playing together forever. as we X out the civs here. Also, can I get some credit for predicting like 5 of the 6 civilizations correctly in that last game? Yes, Max was top 4 KOTD. And the Max is really good. I'd say in terms of just like raw skill at the moment, I'd say it's probably Villese and the Max are the best 1v1 players, with BacT and ACCM right behind him. 0 credit? Feels bad, man. Anyway, this is why I make commands, because I forget stuff. So Donut will be the next map. Oh man, I'm hyped. I hope you guys are too. I love Donut. Donut has provided us with some truly amazing games this tournament so far. So, unfortunately, I've been having a lot of problems with getting the VODs of these uploaded onto YouTube, so I think you'll have to look for... Like, if you want to check out the VODs, you'd have to look at the Twitch VODs, which I know is a bit annoying. I'm trying to work through that, but it's just, YouTube has been really annoying in terms of cooperating with me and my encoder. But no, Panth, Donut is far greater than BF could ever hope to be. Donut is what BF aspires to. Yeah, exactly, Vand. But you also have to throw in like some like water map stuff. Like those like you can actually see like Mass Galleon in the late game. Like there have been so many great games. I would definitely a must-watch game. Actually, 2 must-watch games. One is China A versus China SY on Donut. The other is what is it? Team Finland versus Team Tyrant last week. Both were so good. Also, I do have a game on my YouTube channel that's just a 2v2 on Donut between Viper and Doubt versus Villese and TheMax, which is also an insanely good game. Like, Donut never disappoints. That is the new motto of for Donut. Tyrant versus Finland Donut was amazing. Yeah, that was a great map. Also oh yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a great game too. Really great game. Really great game, actually. Excuse me. So let's think, what civilizations will we see here for Donut? I'll introduce the map once we get into it. But just looking ahead, okay, stay with me here, people. Malay Harbor spam on Donut. Could it be a thing? Because you have those shallows going literally everywhere. Could the Malay Harbor spam be a thing? I think Mongols are going to be a really strong civilization too. They might want to save Mongols for steppe because of the all the hunt there, but you know, this map is sort of BF-esque, and if you get to that Mega Die Death Ball, it's certainly terrifying. You see people pick Aztecs a lot on this map as well. Teutons, I think, are another great civ. Turks, Celts, Spanish. Slav, Viking, Britons. I think that would be a pretty good choice. I would actually pick Byzantines over one of those civilizations. I think I'd go with Slavs here 100% because it's the best boom map. I'd go with Byzantines because they have like the widest tech tree, especially in terms of both land and water. Because we don't have either of the tiny maps of Beach Fight and not Socotra in the map pool, I think Saracens would probably excel most on this map. Britons would be good though, and I think you do want to save Chinese for steppe. You might want to save Italians for steppe. Yeah, I think you want to play Vikings on this map for sure. Because as much as I don't like it, Viking Sling is amazing. And you can go for like longboats and stuff in the late game. But while we wait, let's play more GeoGuessr. So yeah, it's definitely America somewhere. Not quite sure where exactly. This could be like anywhere in rural America. This is Trump country if I've ever seen it. A chevron. This might be out west. I don't think I've seen many chevrons in the Midwest or East Coast. Looks like a church here. Maybe there's a sign. Still the best MS Painter in the community? Thanks, Van. Thanks. I really appreciate it. I work very hard on my MS Paint productions. It's really something I take a lot of pride in. I don't know. I think a rural like Oregon, Washington is reasonable. I don't know. Let's try there. And it's in Louisiana. Still haven't started the game. Feels bad, man. So wait on we shall, and play more GeoGuessr. Got a rocky road here. Somewhere in the mountains. The Misty Mountains. And these ain't no tiny mountains. These are some huge-ass mountains. Okay, so minute the game will be starting. Where is this, though? Somewhere fairly far north as well. I don't know, I'm gonna go with like maybe Canadian Rockies. Nope, it's Vancouver Island. Oh well, we're gonna get into the game here. If it doesn't crash, please. Please don't crash. Try so hard, come so far. Art and look at the second all-time post. It's in MS Paint. I'll have to do that later. But regardless, hello everybody, and welcome back to Battle of Africa Week 3 between Finland and Team VNA. Finland took game number 1 on Coliseum with a nice sling to TheMax, and Team VNA took game number 2 on Arabia with some nice team play. So, game number 3, we have Donut. It's a crazy map. I'll introduce it to the uninitiated as soon as we introduce the players. But spawning here on the north flank for Team Finland, we have Zuppi as the blue Turks, Villese as the yellow Celts in the pocket. Hold on, someone getting lamed? No, it's just a scout fight. And finally, we have TheMax as the Cyan Aztecs on the south flank. Oh, never mind, there is a lame happening. BacT coming in with the lame onto the Rhino of TheMax. Looks like it will be successful, too. Looks like the Finns might get a consolation prize in one of BacT's goats, but that's not really comparable. But yes, here is BacT for Team Vietnam as the Orange Vikings. Say my name as the Grey Saracens in the pocket. And finally, ACCM as the Purple Italians. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We might see the old fast imp shenanigans. So before I talk about strategies, because there's definitely a ton to talk about in terms of strategies, that was close. Let's talk about the map. This is Donut. It's a map. It's a pretty great one. You have acacia forest all along the edge of the map here. You have acacia forest all through the center of the map here. And you always have to be careful of some paths through the forest. Hold on. Yeah, this is an open path. Like, sometimes, just the way that acacia forests work out, you can get a path right to your opponents. And right now, as soon as one of these trees is chopped down from ACCM, there is going to be a path right into the base of Zuppi and vice versa. So that is definitely something to look out for. You have these shallows all around the edge of the map. That's supposed to prevent walling or something, but you can just wall with docks relatively easily. But yeah, the shallows will extend all around the map with some thicker bits in between the players. But you can just wall with a dock fairly easily. Ooh, dead villager here? Yeah, looks like BacT did lose a villager, so he did have to pay a price for his lane. So, since we see BacT coming in with a very early wall, that already, like, says to me that he wants to sling. Since he is flanks, and you can fairly easily just wall over here, I think going for a sling is a pretty, probably your strongest overall strategy, loath as I am to admit it. And Vikings, of course, do have such a strong sling. Let's see, Saracen Pocket for Say My Name is going to be incredibly deadly on this map. Mameluke plus Siege Onager is, of course, an insanely powerful late-game combo. And you have also access to faster-firing galleons in the late game, which can also be quite powerful on this map. So yeah, Saracens definitely have a ton to play with on this map in the late game. Italians definitely can go for anything as well. He might be end up slinging the Italians, maybe to help ACCM go for a fast imp. Italians can do water shenanigans if they want. They can also go for Genoese crossbowmen, gunpowder, bombard towers, potentially. Ooh, it looks like the militia are coming in here for Zuppi. He's going for a drush. That's interesting. You don't normally see drushes these days in general, and not especially on a map like this. Ooh, nice body block there. Oh, ACCM. Oh, he didn't have much HP on the scout, but still, nice body block while he can. Nice micro, actually. He's gonna end up losing his scout, but he's sort of maximizing the potential damage of all of his units. Zuppi with some nice micro himself. Villager will die. Just nothing there to stop it. However, we do see Zuppi forced to invest into 4 militia. And is 4 militia worth it for 1 villager? Maybe? I don't know. Okay, and the wall's going to be completed right there. Actually, TheMax will be the first player to click up to the feudal age, and we do see some militia in his barracks. But yeah, we have a full wall here for BacT, and I don't think he's going to have it broken easily. Holding the slinger open is pretty annoying. Well, yeah, I think that some nice walls behind this will prevent TheMax from getting in here. But remember, everybody, as soon as this tree is gone, or this tree, I guess, there's going to be a path right through here. So these players definitely need to be cognizant of that, because they're doing all this big ol' walling with their docks and barracks and stuff. But in about 5 seconds, there's going to be a hole. Now we have stone starting to be collected for ACCM. What is he going to do here? Looks like a Trush is actually incoming here from TheMax, but there's already another wall behind this gate from BacT. I think he's perfectly safe for the time being. We do see a lot of Trushes attempted on this map. Honestly, I don't think it's that great a strategy. It's not the worst strategy, but I feel like you have stronger options. But The palisade wall will fall here, but I do think BacT will be able to get his wall off, but he does need to be careful, because there's a path right here! Hello? Okay, so... more towers incoming. BacT, you're gonna need to do something about this. Like, you can't just not react. Ton of villagers coming forward here. Going to be building some stone walls in defense, as well as a defensive tower. But is BacT aware? He might be aware of this hole, but he might not. Looks like he's going to get it walled anyway. Also, saymyname might be telling his teammate, "Yo, my man, you got yourself a hole!" Wait, actually, oh man, there is a hole all the way up to the base of saymyname here. This is so unfortunate for Team Vietnam. Oh, wow. This is so rough for Team Vietnam. And BacT with no stone being mined, he's gonna have to buy some if he wants to get another tower. Oh man, this is such a messy game already. Random militia still running around. Just looks like we just had both players here wall off. However, we will have to see BacT depart for greener shores. And he's already had to invest so much in the defense of this trush. And yeah, so Team Finland definitely looking to take a strong start on this map, and now TheMax has realized that there is indeed a hole, as there always is a hole. All of the other players in this game are on the way to the Castle Age, Villese, of course, being completely uninterrupted. Gonna get to the Castle Age with complete and total ease. Going to be going for a pretty crazy boom, I imagine. Meanwhile, we have TheMax here, just going to be continuing his tower-loving shenanigans. Doing his best Tato impersonation. Nice quick wall here for saymyname. He's going to try to get his TC up. He's going to need another quick wall. The tower's coming up as well. Ooh, villagers walking over the foundation. This is not good for saymyname. No! Feels bad, man. Villagers will not have to engage onto these men-at-arms. Men-at-arms will likely kill at least one villager. Maybe this lady. Yep. So men-at-arms certainly providing value. However, Knight did manage to come out for saymyname, who does not go for a blacksmith, who went for a stable market for his Castle Age play instead. Or like his requisite buildings to get to the Castle Age. So he will have some units to defend, killing off the villagers from TheMax, but TheMax is totally happy with the damage he's done. Also, stonewalled back at home. We may see a sling come out from him, or maybe a fast imp. Not sure which. BacT with 2 town centers up. No stone being mined. Now we have a 3rd town center on the way for saymyname, but it's so much slower than Villese. Actually, interesting, we haven't really been able to pay much attention to this north side, but we have a castle drop here from ACCM. This militia from the Dark Age is still alive from Zuppi. That's nice. Not sure what the castle drop is for, though. Rip. Rip that militia. Feels bad, man. War Galley coming for Zuppi. He's going for the Navy approach. Or at least the demo raft approach. But we will be seeing ships this game, interestingly enough. Oh my god, is there actually a path here? Wow, look. Path. If this one palisade wasn't built, there would be a path going all the way around here. It's like a perfect path through the forest. Let's see, nothing too crazy happening here. BacT getting his third town center up. I guess he just bought it with some gold. Knights from saymyname as well as this mangonel will help clean up this tower. So it looks like the Vietnamese players are in a perfectly fine position. Both teams have scores that are an average of about 5 apart. See, Zuppi is on 2 town centers currently. No third town center for him, so he will start to fall behind in the eco game compared to his opponents who are all on 3 town centers. So what's he doing? What's he doing? What's going on in the mind of Zuppi? I don't know. I'm not really doing anything. Meanwhile, I assume Villese is just going for a crazy boom on 4TC. Yeah, that's it. Look at the villager counts. We have 73 for Villese, 74 now. 46 for Zuppi and 36 for TheMax. And meanwhile, for the Vietnamese players, they're all at a pretty consistent 52 to 54. So, on average, there are more villagers for Team Vietnam, though we do have this one player for Team Finland in Villese who just has a crazy boom going. Check Zuppi res. Fast imp certainly might be a possibility, but that's not going to be it. Zuppi currently is at about 600 food, 300 gold. Now getting a defensive castle. It will certainly get a villager or two. Yeah, no third TC for him. Say my name. Wait, why is Say My Name slinging BacT? That should be the other way around. The Viking player should be slinging the Saracen player, not the other way around. Now we see some monk techs coming in from TheMax. As this dock falls, he's going to be completely exposed. Yes, TheMax is on 3 town centers, but he's already behind in economy. And BacT will be the first player to the Imperial Age, and we might actually see a very powerful early Imperial Age push come out from TheMax, who's on the 3 town centers. But doesn't really have any military infrastructure. And saymyname's just gonna go kill this tower. This is an odd game so far. I'm pretty confused as to what these players are going for. Medium pace imp. Zuppi and Villese will be not too far behind in their own Imperial Age endeavors, but Villese will be doing it on a much larger economy than every other player in this game. Let's see, we got a Imperial Age on the way for ACCM. However, the Zuppi will be a lot faster to the Imperial Age than ACCM here, and I think in general, Turks are very strong against the Italians. Italians just don't have a great answer to the Janissary plus Bombard Cannon, especially if trade is involved. And in general, Turks are just seem like an overall more powerful civilization than the Italians if you do have a trade involved. Yeah, plenty of Janissaries here, and I do imagine a Janissary plus Bombard Cannon, like, slow push. Possibly with Bombard Towers onto the base of ACCM can be quite deadly. Oh, sorry, Vand. The Civs are Turks for Zuppi, Celts for Villese. Hello! Demo shot somewhere. Aztecs for TheMax, Vikings for BacT, Saracens for saymyname, and then Italians for ACCM. Yeah, sorry I can't stream in 1080p, but I'm streaming from a laptop, because that's all I can afford. All donations will go to the Give Ornlu a Better PC Fund. Kondo's now out for BacT. This is what he was going to do. Interesting. Obviously, Vikings possibly have the best condos in the game. 97 HP for them. And of course, they can't get that bonus attack versus cavalry. However, with all of these monks here, there are plenty O conversions coming in. And the supporting scorpions for Villese here means that it doesn't seem like BacT is able to get to the numbers he needs. He's only at 10 military, which is less than everyone here for his two opponents. Okay, and it looks like saymyname wasn't going for a full sling, thankfully. Looks like he was just doing a mini sling. So saymyname is going to be in the Imperial Age himself. But yeah, look at this. I don't really know what Team Vietnam's gonna be able to do here. Sorry, I woke up early. I don't think either of our boys are gonna win. Yeah, it's definitely gonna... Ornlu will be the biggest loser. But, I mean, aren't I always? No sub for him. Oh, feels bad, man. But yeah, this is looking like an incredibly dominating game from Team Finland. I think with much better strategies. I like the idea of going for the condos, but with the most recent patch, condos are just so much worse as just combat units. Which is not the change I wanted to see to condos. I like the idea of condos being decent units, I just want them to not be available the second the Imperial Age comes in. I wanted there to be like a tech required. Like kind of how you have to research cannon galleon before you can build cannon galleons. Yeah, but there's Siege Hunter on the way for Villese. He's on 130 villagers. Saymyname has barely done anything this game, just not going for as large a boom as Villese. Yeah, he has elite Mamelukes, but I feel like it's gonna be way too slow. Like, this Celtic Siege is just dominating. Also, you have some siege support on the north side. SO is now complete for Villese, and remember when ACCM had castles? Yeah, I don't either. Genoese crossbowmen are going to be the choice from ACCM, and that is not the answer. Why are you not making condos? Oh, there we are. There are the condos. Well, here come the condos. But they still probably won't do that well. Like, condos are actually not as great as you might think versus gunpowder, especially if they can get in a pretty good defensive position like this. Yeah. Condos deal a bit of bonus damage, but the raw stats for all gunpowder units are so high that they're still able to take them out with relative ease. The Zealotry and Elite Mamluk prices were swapped. I don't think that would really help because you really need both techs anyway. Well, now we have some Viking barracks that now belong to the Aztec player, and this game is all but over, honestly. That's a bit of a disappointing game. It's a bit of a downer. Max almost in the Imperial Age, getting herbal medicine, the most crucial of all monastery techs. Providing that critical extra 5 HP to monks, because that's all he got it for. But yeah. Slow push coming in here, like I said, with gunpowder, siege. Nothing ACCM can do about it. Saymyname does have 3 castles, and he does have almost fully upgraded Mamelukes, and he's trying to chop through this forest, but I think it's just going to be way too slow, because both of his flanks are already pretty much dead. I mean, I think Aztec flank is good on most maps that aren't water maps. BacT is trying to get as many condos out as possible, but it's just not enough. Not with all of these Scorpions and SOs here. Saymyname's trying, he's going for it. The Mamluks are almost fully upgraded, they're just missing Iron Casting and Blast Furnace. But he's still got a ways to go until he gets to Villese. To be fair, Villese has absolutely nothing at home to defend. He has literally no production facilities at home. Also, Villese's KD is 55 and 3. That is insane. Oh, but the Mamelukes are in! The Mamelukes are in! Will they be able to do enough? And, well, they're gonna be killing a fair amount of villagers, but it's just like... Yeah, this is a problem. And this is a problem. And, this push is about 15 minutes too late. Because the Mamelukes aren't gonna really be able to destroy the TCs super easily. And, yeah. You know, yeah, about 17 villagers have fallen, but, that's not exactly enough at this point in the game. Oh my god, Villese is doing it! He's getting Stronghold! The most OP tech in all of Age of Empires! Pog to the champ! Oh man, 25% faster fire speed on these castles. So OP. Oh man. Boiling oil. You know, Finn are confident. Oh yeah, they're confident. They're almost doubling the average score of their opponents. BacT is pretty much history. ACCM is on his way to becoming history. Talk about burning. Oh wow, this is just a slaughter. This is honestly really disappointing from Team Vietnam. They played so well last game. Like, this game is just a stomp. Replace Madrasa with a tech. A special tech? A perfect tech? Oh god. God damn it, Granis. Now I have some Jaguar warriors here, I have no idea why. The Jaguars don't do well against condos. Well, I mean, they're fine, but they're not great. Zuppi's getting an elite Janissary. Yeah, Saymyname's trying to raid with some Hussars, but it's not gonna be enough. More appropriate options. You don't say. Like, Saymyname's trying, man. He's doing his best, but he's over doubling the score of his two flanks, and to make this push happen, he's doing nothing to prevent them from dying. It is not accurate, as a matter of fact. I mean, I guess he has some Mamelukes and Hussars here. I feel like Pete has had to delete a few posts in his time on Reddit. Yeah, exactly. There's gonna be the GG, finally. Oh, that game was a bit of a downer. Yeah, Villese, of course, best KD. That game was just not that great. Oh god. Well, that was a game, all right. No, I'm not. or was not, I don't know. Okay, so Saracens, Vikings, and Italians. So next map will be steppe, so I assume we will be seeing Chinese, we will be seeing Goths, and we will be seeing Byzantines. That'd be my guess. Then Aztecs, Turks, and Celts. There we go. They have jumped into the next lobby, but I'm going to be right back. I need to go heat up my coffee real quick, because I drink it really slowly when streaming. So yeah, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Hello, I'm back. Okay, so game hasn't started yet. Oh yeah, I didn't say what civs I thought I'd see for Team Finland here. I think Mongols are likely, I think Malay are likely, and I think, I actually don't know between the other three, or other four. I think Mongols and Malay for sure, and I'm not sure on the other one. More GeoGuessr. Our Lady of Lourdes Grotto. What's this? Oh god. Like, that's not even historically accurate. Okay, so it's somewhere in Canada, most likely, because it's kilometers per hour. Kenilworth. Pike Lake. I have no idea where this would be in Canada. Somewhere fairly rural. I guess rural Ontario. It actually was not too far off. Not too bad. Looks like we are going to be jumping in to the next game. Well, if it didn't crash. That's the wrong lobby. See, I'm a good streamer. I mute myself when I sneeze. Anyway, hello everybody, and welcome back to Finland versus VNA. Finland taking the last game in pretty dominating fashion on Donut. See if Vietnam can put on the same level of performance that they did in game number 2. So let us introduce the players here. Spawning in the south flank for Team Finland, we have Zuppi as the Blue Mongols. In the pocket, we have TheMax as the Cyan Malay. And in the north flank, we have Villese as the Yellow Spanish. For Team Vietnam, we have saymyname as the Grey Byzantines. BacT as the Orange Chinese. And ACCM as the Purple Britons. So, Civ captures the most insufferable people?
Yes.
Yeah. Because this game does not need more civilizations, and the ones they add are almost always stupid for Age of Empires. And the ones that they, and that like their bonuses they add are stupid. And this game doesn't need more civs. Let's see BacT carry. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to go for it. Obviously, Chinese are amazing on this map because it is a nomad start. If you are unfamiliar with this map, it got wood all along the edges of the map, and this is the only place where you can find wood. No hills or trees or anything in the center of the map. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, there's lots of zebras in the middle of the map, completely open, and of course you do have that nomad start, but all of your villagers are very close together, and you can put your TC right in the middle of all of this golden stone. So you have pretty defensible golden stone. Rip. But let's see here. Let's, talk about the Civ matchups as per usual. Mongols here are very good on this map. Unfortunately, you don't get the scout bonus, at least not right away, since you have a horse instead of a scout. But you do have that amazing hunt bonus, and look at all this tasty, tasty zebra meat that these villagers can gather from. So I do imagine a very fast food lag time here for Zuppi, and yes, there we have one. The classic Mongol. He's gonna get Loom first. No, he's actually getting more villagers. He literally could have clicked up at like 4.5 minutes, which is like insane. But let's see. Britons here for ACCM. Britons are not that bad, but I don't know why you'd pick Britons on this map because there aren't any sheep or goats or anything. So you can't really utilize their bonus in that regard. But I mean, their archers will still do fine. They can get a decent boom off in the Castle Age, so I mean, it's not like the worst civ ever. Chinese here for BacT. Definitely probably the best civilization you can pick on this map because, of course, the extra villager makes your town center go up faster, and you can just get a much faster start. BacT having like a 2-villager lead over pretty much every other player in this game since the beginning. And of course that's versus the Malay, which do have that faster age up, which is nice, and you can certainly get that karambit spam down in the Imperial Age. However, you don't really have access to good cavalry, so it's a little bit rough in the early game. And then Villese is Spanish versus Byzantines here, two of the best trash civilizations. But I think Byzantines deal with Spanish quite well. They have very good monks. Very good trash, like cheap trash to deal with potential conquistadors or knights or something. And of course they have the faster Imperial Age, so I think this is a pretty good matchup for the Byzantines here. So I think overall I like the civilizations for Team Finland a bit better, but of course BacT does have the Chinese, which are the best civ in this particular situation. Though we will see the Max get to the feudal age before BacT, even though they both clicked up on the same amount of villagers. I guess essentially Malay and the Chinese having about the same bonus on this map, just Chinese getting those extra villagers from the start of the game, and the Malay getting those extra villagers from villagers number 23 and 24. Or 22 and 23, rather. Let's see, ACCM just gather in some Zebra very close to the archery ranges of Zuppi, who went for a very fast feudal age, as you might expect, but went for double range archers instead of scouts, which is interesting going up against the Britons. Obviously, the Britons have those faster working archery ranges, which is very nice in, well, it's nice in all stages of the game, but definitely nice in the feudal age, like archer battles. But since Zuppi got there faster, he will be able to harass these villagers. Without fletching or anything, I'm not sure if they'll be able to get a kill. Probably not. But they will be annoying and create some idle time. And, of course, push ACCM off the Zebra here. Skirmisher now out from Zuppi. Let's see what ACCM is up to. Archers for him. There is a tower here defensively, just to protect this wood line for ACCM. Let's see here. Archers for saymyname, trying to poke away at the villagers of Villese, who is going for scouts, of course, but of course the Byzantines have cheaper spearmen, so they're able to pump out a couple of those and ward away the scouts for the time being. Tower now coming down here for BacT. Why? I guess to defend these villagers, but I think that's really overeager of BacT to have them so far out on the map. But he will be able to save all four of them for the time being, so I guess it's worth it. And since you do have stone so close to your town center, you're able to get up to that 200 stone you need for double town center in the Castle Age relatively easily. Let's see, archers coming in here to support for ACCM. Panth? Panth? I hate you, Panth. I do not think the Byzantine player will go for bloodlines. Because if you weren't aware, the Byzantines do not have bloodlines. God damn it. So, taking a look at how things stand so far, it looks like things are fairly even overall. I wouldn't really give it a big advantage to either team. Yeah, both pockets have a slightly higher villager count than both flanks, but other than that, everything's pretty even. Max getting a pretty huge wall over here. This is a pretty massive wall for a map this open. I might actually be going for an early team wall. Of course, Mongols are an insanely strong late-game civilization, as are the Spanish. Scouts trying to pick off some archers, and it looks like they will be successful in that. saymyname really unable to take a good fight there. Archers for ACCM plus scouts for BacT, but BacT losing a scout there unnecessarily. And, you know, Zuppi's definitely, I think, doing a really good job of taking full advantage of that Mongol hunt bonus, just taking so many zebra this game. Well, now he has to run away because the archers and scouts have arrived, but generally speaking... Oh. No, not the horse! The horse is innocent! The horse doesn't even cost a population space. It can't do any damage. There's no need to kill the poor horse. Looks like the Max will get up this wall in time, no problem. And Zuppi's pretty well walled defensively himself. Actually, this is a lot of walling and defensive play for Step. Usually the players are a lot more aggressive. It looks like we may have a pretty big fight happening right now. It looks like the Vietnamese player is going to be trapped here. So you have, again, a 3v2 situation. You have scouts plus archers versus just only one scout and archer combo. And this is going to be so bad here for Team Vietnam. Also, Villese is going to be the first player to click up to Castle Age. Definitely worth noting. This is not good for Vietnam. ACCM going to be losing all them their archers. BacT will manage to escape with a few scouts, but still not a great position overall. Just look at the military counts. It's currently 21, 20, and then 2 versus 18, 10, and 4. So that's like a 10 to 12 average villager lead or military lead for Team Finland at this point in the game. Less getting bloodlines and scale barding armor definitely will be going into those knights. He is the only paladin civ on his team. However, we'll have BacT and saymyname not too far behind. However, saymyname is not full walled. Like, he's walled here, but knights could just run around here. BacT also getting bloodlines and additional stable. He does have the option to go for camels if he so chooses. Whereas, obviously, Villese does not. But likely will be knights to start things out for him. And obviously, eventually, we will be seeing crossbowmen for ACCM, but he is definitely the furthest behind. Villese now up to the Castle Age. We'll get those knights out nice and quick. Obviously, Villese definitely didn't invest all that much into making scouts, so he was able to get that faster Castle Age. Ooh, archers coming in will get at least 1 or 2 villagers. Looks like just 1, but just a nice pick off there for Zuppi. Still fairly passive game overall. Villese does have the +2 defense already for his knights. BacT throwing down at least 1 additional town center. Only 1 to start, so it will be the sort of hybrid play of 2 stable knight production, but still making at least an additional town center. Ton of crossbowmen, though, here for the Max. 26 military for him, though we do have 29 for Zuppi. Almost getting those archer upgrades, and there we are. So maybe he'll get another villager. Yep, he'll get 1 more villager. Just nice pickoffs for Zuppi. Already getting an additional town center as well. The Max is up to 2 town centers. And we have Villese at 1-2, getting his 3rd up, actually. So Villese playing quite well this game. And yeah, back down to 2. Saymyname is on the 1 right now, so only 1 for saymyname, which is not ideal. And of course, so is ACCM, because he's been taking a bit of a beating. So yeah, definitely Finland with a pretty nice edge this game so far. Well, big fight happening in the middle here, but will the reinforcements from saymyname be enough? Looks like both armies will disengage with, like, relatively even losses. There we are. Maybe a slight edge to the Finnish team there. Crosswind just running around here for Zuppi. I don't really know why ACCM is trying so hard to gather wood from the front. And he could just gather wood from here, or here, or here. Zuppi now onto the 3 town centers, as well as getting ballistics. Oh, sorry, that's just 2 town centers. But getting ballistics is definitely going to be important. And TheMax is just getting this huge freaking wall. Looks like saymyname already has ballistics, however, able to pick off a straggler crossbowman. Ooh, nice stop micro there. And I don't think that TheMax can take this without the assistance of his teammates. Also, slightly better upgrades here for BacT over Villese. Ooh, looks like some crossbow here in the south. Trying to get a couple villager picks, but we'll lose 3 in the process. That's not ideal for Zuppi. Oh, looks like a big engagement might be unfolding here. More crossbowmen as well as knights coming in. But they're not all grouped up, and this is kind of what happened in game number 2, where the Finns were just a little slow to get grouped up. However, I do think numbers just... raw numbers, yeah, are definitely going to favor Team Finland right here. And this is just such a disaster for Team Vietnam. Yeah, now that all of the knights are dead, essentially for both teams, the sheer numbers of crossbowmen for the Finns are going to give them the edge. Now we have 34 military for TheMax, 23 for Zuppi, and then 17 and 19 respectively, as well as I guess 8 for BacT in Vietnam. So yeah, the Finns in a dominating position this game already. And of course they were, on average, faster to get those TCs up. However, ACCM is coming in here with some crossbowmen, but there is a defensive tower. I guess he broke through that palisade. Third TC on the way for ACCM. You have 3 TCs for BacT. Looks like 3 for saymyname as well. And with some defensive crossbowmen coming in, it looks like things will be a-okay here for Zuppi. Actually, saymyname, the first player to click up to the Imperial Age. He's been pretty quiet this game, but he's been doing all right for himself. He does have a fairly low villager count compared to like his teammate BacT, but he is going for a very fast Imperial Age. And will those fast arbalests be what it takes to you know, bring this game back for Vietnam, because they're in a pretty rough position. Like, just look how many crossbowmen here from TheMax, just getting his boom on. 3 town centers for him now. Villese attributing, I guess, some stone to Zuppi. Maybe to get a castle. Or, I don't know, getting his 3rd town center down now is Zuppi. Still 15 villagers ahead over his opponent, ACCM. We do have, wait a minute. Yeah, actually we have TheMax ahead of villagers over BacT, and then Villese way ahead of villagers over saymyname, but of course saymyname is doing the fast imp. So yeah, I would say that saymyname is the only player on Team Vietnam who's even in an even position compared to his counterpart. And, like, he's only even, he's not, like, ahead of Villese. And then we have both of the other positions for Team Vietnam behind their Finnish counterparts. This could be a rough engagement for Team Vietnam if they're not careful. Arbalest is not done yet. And Bracer hasn't even started. Yeah, this is just way too many crossbowmen here for Team Finland, and that's a big Mangonel hit onto those crossbowmen. Remember, they're not Arbalest until right now, and TheMax is already halfway up to the Imperial Age. Of course, this castle will complete, meaning that Vietnam cannot take this engagement, and they're just looking like they're getting into a worse and worse position as this game progresses. I guess there are some rams out here for saymyname. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to ram down. Now we have Villese and Zuppi both on the way to the Imperial Age. We have ACCM and BacT both yet to click up. Not exactly ideal for Team Vietnam. The Ram Parade has begun. These Rams have a big task ahead of them, because they don't really have a whole lot useful they can destroy. I guess this castle, but that's not going to happen. A nice little Knight plus Arbalest attack here from BacT and saymyname, able to catch some Knights from Villese off guard. But again, we just don't have BacT or ACCM on the way to Imperial Age, and that's going to be a pretty big problem. And also, ACCM looks like he will catch these crossbowmen off guard, but again, Zuppi's doing a transition into Magudai, almost certainly. But Capture Arm is at least done, and, you know, Team Vietnam's gonna try and make things happen while the Finnish players wait for their Imperial Age and Imperial Techs to come in. Probably realize that they need to get something done here. Maybe try to go for the stable or something, but oh, here come the reinforcements for Team Finland. Knights coming in, Arbalests already here for TheMax. And this should be pretty much a slaughter of the Vietnamese players. I guess Capram's trying to soak up some arrow fire. I guess BacT did win the Knight battle. He does have one better attack upgrade. But he's just now clicked up to the Imperial Age. That's so late. I guess the Rams are still alive for saymyname. He's trying to carry his team here. But the Mangonel's gonna die there to those stray Knights. I guess the castle for TheMax will have to be cancelled. It's just... there's nothing really behind this push for Team Vietnam. Because on the south side we have the Magudai train starting to come in. Oh, nice little sneak by here with these crossbowmen. However, yeah, they're already Arbalests here from Zuppi. Oh boy, this is gonna be a slaughter. Oh god. Avert your children's eyes. This is such a brutal slaughter. Rip. Just as Imperial Age comes in here for ACCM. 2 Trebs already out for Zuppi. Paladin now on the way for Villese. Again, BacT is still not in the Imperial Age. This is GG. It's looking like it. I guess we do have all players in the Imperial Age now. We also have a Longbowman on the way for ACCM. The men with the longest of the bows. Looks like these players are choosing to do a bit of a standoff right now. No one being too terribly aggressive. Just some nice harassment coming in here from Zuppi. Just trying to get a few villager kills where he can, and he's done a pretty good job, all things considered. Left in shame. Also, it's the 40-minute mark, and the Finns are starting to establish trade. Very, very good for them. Now we have some Rams coming in from Villese, Arbalest 2 support, and he just has the, I was about to say the Max has the numbers advantage, but it actually looks like their armies are pretty even. Both are, of course, fully upgraded Arbalests. But it's no Paladins here for Villese, only Cavalier for BacT available, and these are fully upgraded Paladins, and they're not even fully upgraded Cavalier. Well, I guess they will be soon, but... yeah. I don't know how ACCM got so many Trebs out. We do not have the Warwolf tech yet, unfortunately for him. That would be so nice. But oh man, so many Paladins in here. They're just going to wreck these Trebs. The Cavaliers are just nowhere near as good as Paladins. Minus 40 HP, 2 attack, and 1 pierce armor. Yeah, this is just going to be brutal. Yeah, he does have another castle behind. But yeah, now we have Siege Rams with the drill coming in. And there's nothing really BacT can do to compare to Villese at this point in the game. Maybe he should have gone for Heavy Camel? I don't know. We have Halbs and Scale Mail Armor coming in for saymyname, who's now going for Bombard Towers. I guess saymyname isn't really doing much to push, or Villese is not doing much to push saymyname. And he is coming in with some Siege Rams, or Cap Rams. I think it's just going to be a matter of the south side, and it doesn't look like there's going to be anything stopping this combined push from Villese and the Zuppi. Well, the castle is going to survive at 192 HP, but there are 3 Siege Rams in here that can just go and poke the castle down once. More and more stables being thrown down. What's the Max doing here? He's throwing down some barracks. Maybe Halbs? I guess he's getting pikeman tech. Yep, more and more bombard towers are on the way here for saymyname. And obviously, this is a very strong Byzantine push, and I think the Byzantines are good against the Spanish in this situation. It's just you have to look at the grander team game picture. Though I guess that Finland is falling back now, and we do have Halbs coming in for BacT. Parthian Tact is coming on the way for Zuppi, and I guess he's now going to start to make his Mangudai transition. Ooh, Siege Ram knocking down the stone walls here from saymyname. The Max has a ton of Arbalests here as well. But so does saymyname. So all these guys are in the north of the map, but a castle is now coming down from Villese, trying to get the old wraparound into saymyname's base. And remember, the Finns are establishing trade. This is, you know, not good because, oh, if you're a Vietnamese player, because they have now just started establishing trade. 0 trade for the Vietnamese players, 14, 16, and 1 trade respectively for the Finns. Though I guess, to be fair, saymyname is still pushing down Zuppi, or sorry, Villese on this side. I can't read. And I guess, wow, okay, so the Vietnamese players are now pushing back the Finns in this side as well. How? And I guess they're just trying to regroup. I mean, I think the Finnish army should just beat the Vietnamese army here. Yeah, it's just Paladins are just better than Cavaliers, obviously. Siege Rams coming into support as well, drawing a ton of arrow fire, and you see the Paladins starting to overwhelm the Cavalier. So unfortunately for saymyname, his push here, you know, a brave attempt, but not looking like it's going to be enough. Yeah, it looks like the Vietnamese players are starting to fall back here. Let's goes the worst it is for VNA. Well, yeah, especially since they don't really have much trade. Well, they don't have any trade, as a matter of fact. Now we have fully upgraded Elite Mangudai on the way for Zuppi. Yeah, he only has 2 castles, but it's fully upgraded Elite Mangudai, and that's just going to be not easy to deal with for Team Vietnam. BacT's coming with some siege rams. He's trying to do whatever he can. Well, I guess, to be fair again, Saymyname's push is going very well. He's almost top scorer in this game. But now we have Karambits coming in from the max. I guess both Hand Cannoneers and Cataphracts would annihilate Karambits. Hold on. No. Vietnam's not coming back in this game. They don't have trade. Like, they don't have any sustainability here. They are able to get it established now, however. But they're so far behind the Finns in that regard. Yeah, and Mangudai, I think, are just going to be pretty much uncounterable here. And to be fair, Team Vietnam still doesn't have a good answer to Paladin. The Mangudai will kill the siege rams quite easily. Okay, this is going to be a big push coming in here for Team Finland, trying to rush down all of these bombard towers. There are halbs here to support for saymyname. All of these units are fully upgraded for him as well. Will they be enough, though? Halbs will be fairly slow at taking down siege rams. And of course, they die hard to the Karambits. So yeah, it looks like the bombard towers are starting to fall. The siege rams stand tall. Yeah, it's just, saymyname does not have the infrastructure nor the resources to get, like, elite Cataphract going, which is what he really wants here. Yeah, look how many rams there are here for Villese. And all the Karambit spam reinforcing from the max, just now becoming fully upgraded as well. Zuppy's pushing down on this side with Mangudai, Arbalests, and Siege. Ping going on here? Not sure why. And still, no real trade for Team VNA. These 4 trade cards from ACCM are all they got. Well, where are the other 2? There they are. More and more of ACCM's base is now getting leveled. And saymyname can't hold 1v2. Now getting a couple Cataphracts out just to try to kill the rams, but it's just nowhere near enough when there are also Arbalests in the mix. There's going to be the GG from Team Vietnam. Finland will win this series 3-1 and go up 2-1 in the overall standings, and Team Vietnam will fall to 1-2. So neither of these teams are eliminated. Neither of these teams advance quite yet. But Finland now in a prime position, only need to win 1 more set to advance, and Vietnam can only lose 1 more set. Or they can't lose 1 more set. Vietnam would have to win out if they need to, if they want to advance. Zuppi with the best KD, ACCM with the worst. Yeah, makes sense. saymyname did play very well that game, in my opinion, though. With a positive KD, all things considered. And he didn't get slung or anything. He actually was the one doing a bit of the slinging. So again, I think this is characteristic of Team Vietnam in their last 2 losses against AM and Finland, respectively, where they've had, like,